You trying to get them off your clothes. They won't move. Put your clothes on. Put your hat on. They fighting you on everything. That's what this is doing right now. It's just giving me flashbacks dealing with kids. I had to deal with them before I got here. Anybody else moms in here? Any moms, any fathers in here? A few of them? Your mom's sitting right next to you. You old enough to know. You old enough to know. So we have a good lineup for you guys tonight. You have a good lineup for you guys. It's quite a mixed crowd. And I usually like to do a quick check-in before we really get to knowing, who's inside the crowd. God is good.
All the time.
All right, that's black folk. That's black folk. It's country Christian. Yeah, that's right there. Okay. All right. Here we go. Next one. All the single ladies. Now put your
Hands up.
Some of y'all want ladies. I'm just y'all identifying as ladies. Okay, singles. Okay, there's a couple singles in the room. I think all of them over there is like open to it. I'm not for sure, but we're gonna see. We're gonna find out. Okay. So now that we know who's in the room, last one. See who has their black card in the back pocket. Let's see. Wake up.
It's the first of the month.
She got a black card. They looking at me like, I don't even know what she's talking about. What is a black card? This is green, but I didn't even know they had those. She's talking about a Netsman card? No, no, black card. Invite you to the cookout if you got that card, You come in with that card, slide on in there with that card, That's that card I'm talking about. We figuring out who's who in the room, so we thank y'all for coming out, figuring it out, So I guess today I just kind of want to point out the facts, right? I'm excited because I'm finally officially free from a very toxic relationship for me. Absolutely. Now, for ladies, you know what happened when we get free from an absolutely messed up relationship. We get new hair, new clothes. I even got a push-up bra back on. You understand what I'm saying? The bra changes, ladies know when you are in a real messed up relationship, you want that bra that you got the underwire. It's just there to hold a little bit, but it's depressed, You call it depressed prior, Same thing we got. We say you got period panties, it's depressed bras. The same thing. We in some messed up stuff. We just there for a little bit of support, not a lot, That's what we got. So I got my new push-up bra on today. I was like, yeah, I'm stepping out. New shoes, new hairdo, everything, Little flavor going on, that's what we gonna do. So I'm excited to have this going on for me. I'm like, all right, we gonna do this. The kids helped me put on my makeup. They got me on these heavy doggone earrings. They was like, it's cute, baby. Listen, these earrings is 30, okay? They may look like they young, but I am 30-something. Look, these knees tell me, slow down, don't move, please don't. They put on juvenile. Look, listen, you gonna be in there trying to assault a juvenile. You put that on, don't try that. You understand? Be working on that all the time. Like, all right, we're going to work this on out. These legs. Anybody else be having them legs that snap, crackle, and pop? Whenever you been? Nobody else? Just me? Oh, y'all got it. Y'all nodding your heads. Okay, that works. Y'all can laugh, by the way. This is a comedy show, just to let you know. You can if you want to. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it unless you sound like Urkel. You sound like Urkel when you laugh. All right, we're gonna try to get that a couple of times. You get a little snort out of there or something, okay? All right, see how that works. Like, can I get to say, then I ain't really that? Old stuff. Anybody else over here over their 30s? They know I'm talking about older movies, older 90s kids. Anybody else in here? Yes, 90s. Thank you very much. Make me feel like I'm talking to myself. 90s. I grew up in the 90s. That's the best of both worlds. I grew up 90s and 2000s, early 2000s, where music was still good. It had a meaning to it. It did. It had meaning to it. It had culture to it. Any music you put on during that time was good. You can go in there and you weren't just cleaning the house, but you could whoop your kid, You knew the beat when you was getting you a whooping. You knew that beat. You can do that. No, now they ain't got that. They doing this right here and stuff. I don't know what none of that is. I was like, this is not how I was raised, TikTok. They got anybody else got TikTok kids? TikTok kids. I got TikTok kids. They love that. My daughter's finding out stuff that I don't want them to know yet. One of them found out about sex. I was like, What exactly do you know, ma'am? She done told me 5 different ways to have sex. I said, this is on 2. It's only 2. What are you talking about? Where's this other 5 coming from? I was like, I've been married for 10 goddamn years. What the hell you mean this 5 different years? 10 years? I've been lied to about this stuff now, She telling me all this stuff. I was like, I'm going to get you a chastity belt. I don't know how the hell this is going to work. I'm going to find one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a goddamn chastity belt. You know too much. I am raising young ladies, not whores. I'm sorry. I really got you thinking that you could go there. It's not going to be a hot girl, something. It's a little ass girl, sit your head down. That's what it's going to be, None of that. Raising them kids like that, But it's cool, Single and ready to mingle? Not likely. Absolutely not. The only thing I can sign up for is disability and baby daddies. That's all I got. That's what I got. I ain't doing nothing this no goddamn. No, absolutely not. Cannot do that with you guys. You guys are messing up, They keep saying I qualify for them. I'm saying I'm trying to get silver fox people, silver fox daddies. Y'all know what them look like? That's Idris Alba, Shamar Moore. You in 20 years, what I'm saying? Like, you want them type of dude. The ones I keep qualifying for, they take catheters and social security checks. I'm not doing it. The first one they say, the one who had the catheter, he came to me, girl, I do so much. I said, sir, it's a matter of inches. And you already went. We're not doing this. You taking more inches than I can give. I'm sorry, sir, I can't. My wound don't even stretch that doggone far, It takes 9 months to stretch that thing already out, Get that all out, it's just stretched out. The kids work them things right on out. Snapback is a good thing, We learned about that. Anybody else know what snapback is? Nobody else? Ooh, y'all mamas ain't telling y'all shit. Snapback. Every woman know that's that vinegar and a little tablespoon of bleach. Put that in the bath water and sit in it. That cleans all of that out. All infectious bacteria. Y'all look at me like, ew. That's why your coochie don't smell, brother. You still get coochie colds because you don't know about snapback. Yeah, that's what that is. You learn about that as you get older. Like I said, 90s and 80s, but I was raised by 30, 30s, 40s. That's my auntie. She raised me, She raised me with James Brown and Eartha Kitt and, people like that. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You're like, who is that? The original Catwoman. The original, that, all of that, Al Green, all of that, all them stuff. So I was raised with that stuff, I was raised with knowing what Mad Dog is. Anybody else know what that is? Y'all know what that is? Ooh, y'all ain't never got drunk before. Y'all ain't never seen y'all uncles on the front line and the fuck you, bitch. I swear to God, I'm leaving you cross town with new baby mama. That's what Mad Dog make you do. I found that out. I was like, ooh, shit. Sneaking my parents, sneaking they drinks and stuff. Anybody else used to do that when they was young? Yeah, sneaking and getting stuff. I did. Y'all looking at me like, I am too holy for that. No, thank you. Boone's Farm, if you're from the hood, it's called Boone's Farm. Mad Dog 40, Jack Daniels, all of that stuff. Wellman Spikes, that's the stuff we was drinking and sneaking and trying to act like we weren't drunk around the house. But they knew we was drunk. Your parents could tell when you was drunk around the house. You want to know why? Because you went your ass up to bed and didn't say nothing for the rest of the night. You went straight to bed. She ain't even had to argue with you to go to bed. They drunk. That's what that is. They just drunk. They didn't even argue with you next day. Just look, you feel better? I feel absolutely wonderful. With your parents, they used to do it. They used to call it a hot toddy. Anybody else know what a hot toddy is? Woo! He know what a hot toddy is. Devin know. He had a couple of them things. That's why you autistic right now, because you've been drinking them doggone things your whole life. That was not something you was going with. You was diagnosed after you had like 4 of them bitches. His like, he didn't know what to do with his ass. Here, take this, drink this. Every day. For the next 12 years, just drink one of those to get your hot toddies. And you got older, oh yeah, he's autistic. Yeah. I ain't roasting nobody, I'm just talking. I'm talking about because I'm about to bring him up. Yeah, Devin been around Green Bay sharing the wealth. Oh, yeah, by the way, I want to do something. Congratulations, it's Women's Month. All the women in the house, congratulations. Yeah, no. Y'all not gonna clap for yourselves, because y'all should be clapping. You got a month, bitch. Look at this. Clap, you got a whole month to yourself. Do you understand every holiday is for a nigga? Like every single holiday? President's Day. St. Patrick's got a whole 30 days to ourselves. Well, yeah, 30 days. It's 31, but it's 30 days because that St. Patrick's Day, that kind of go to their ass too. They just get the hell out of our face that day, you know. That's what that is, right? So you get that. So thank goodness for that. Anyway, Devin's about to come up on the stage. And I'm going to give you a little sidebar. I know Devin, he's been doing this, what, a year now? Year and a half? Longer?
About that.
Yeah, year and a half. He's autistic. Now look, listen, laugh, because if you don't, he may look like he's autistic, but he studies people and he can roast the shit out of people. I saw his ass fuck up a whole room, including myself. I was like, God damn. This is an angry white boy. Do you understand what happens? Make him your best friend, because he might just have a train or machete somewhere hiding in that hoodie. I'm just saying, you know. All right, so everybody put your hands together for Devin.